Welcome to another episode of Cooking at Home. Today we're making a vegetable patty. It's crunchy, it's delicious, and it's healthy. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You've probably seen many recipes for vegetable patties. I know I have. Today we're going to try to keep it simple. Today's recipe gets red onions, whole eggs, cremini mushrooms, which we're going to slice and saute to get the flavor and moisture out of them, broccoli, a couple cloves of fresh garlic, some panko breadcrumbs to bind it up, some black beans, and some quinoa. And then we're going to season it with some Parmesan cheese, granulated onion, granulated garlic, some black pepper, and Worcestershire sauce. Our first step is we want to slice up our mushrooms and saute them because we want to get rid of that moisture and increase the flavor of the mushrooms. So once you have your mushrooms chopped, we'll get our garlic prepared. You want to just crush them. And a little rough chop. So we want to get our pan hot. You always want your oil hot when you're sauteing. You never want your vegetables just sitting in the cold oil. So we got that nice and hot. In they go. So the mushrooms are about halfway done. We want to add our garlic now, just to bring out some of the flavor from the garlic. So the mushrooms look beautiful. A little bit of color on there. I can smell the garlic. So we're gonna let those cool off for a couple of minutes right now. So while our mushrooms are cooling, let's prepare our broccoli. I have this piece of broccoli here. We're gonna cut it down to the florets. And then we're gonna go right in the Cuisinart with those. We just wanna pulse these. We don't want them pureed. We don't want large pieces. We wanna be able to see a couple of the florets in the actual patty itself. So we'll just pulse it. 1, 2. So that's looking good there. Looking for about that consistency, okay? We'll place that right into the bowl. And then we'll get our black beans pureed. So we want to use about maybe a cup and a half. We want to do the same thing that we did with the broccoli. We want to get it a little pulse. We want to have some consistency, but not whole beans in there. So we'll pulse that the same way. 1. Nice. See that? So now that our mushrooms are nice and cool, let's go ahead and get them pulsed like we did the broccoli and the black beans. So now we want to chop our red onion. Okay, so I already have it halved and peeled. So we want to do our vertical cuts like this. And then our horizontal cuts. And with those cuts and the natural layers of the onion, then we just want to slice it. Use the whole knife, front to back, front to back. So now we want to add our quinoa that's been cooked already and cooled overnight. I'm going to put about another cup and a half of quinoa. And then our panko breadcrumbs, Japanese breadcrumbs. And then our eggs, 3 whole eggs. Now that we have all of our ingredients together, let's get some flavor in there. We're gonna start with the Lee & Perrins Worcestershire sauce. Use about a tablespoon and a half. Some black pepper, about a half a teaspoon. Granulated garlic, about a half a teaspoon. Granulated onion, same thing, a half a teaspoon. And about a quarter of a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. So let's get all those delicious ingredients mixed together. So now that we have everything well incorporated, let's go ahead and make a patty. I'm guessing about a 5 or 6 ounce patty will do you well. There we go. Now we're ready to get our vegetable patty nice and crispy. We got our hot pan, a little bit of blended oil in there, and we want to go ahead and get it in there. So now it's been about 2 minutes. We got a nice color on there, and let's get it over on the other side. Look at that. So we're about ready. If you're at home, you might want to throw this in the oven, 350 degrees for about 5 or 10 minutes. Make sure you get that heat all the way through. But for now, we're going to go ahead and dish it out, place it on our already prepared plate. So there we are. Beautiful patty, nice and healthy, crunchy on the outside, beautiful flavors. Today we're serving it with some arugula, lettuce, and tomato, and a spicy chipotle cilantro aioli. That's it. It came out great. I got lucky. We'll see you next time.